Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on carving a pumpkin. We're going to be carving a pumpkin out of this piece of wood right here. I'll be using the chainsaw and some power tools to do that. So if you guys want to learn how to do that, be sure to stick around. Hey everybody, like I said, today I'm going to be doing a step-by-step on carving a pumpkin out of wood using the chainsaw and some power tools. Now I've done this tutorial in the past and I decided to do a poll in the community section of my YouTube channel to see if you guys wanted me to do a tutorial on carving a pumpkin again, and the majority of you said yes. So we're going to do that. If you don't ever check out the community section of my channel, go there every now and then and take a look. Sometimes I'll put, like a poll. You can choose if you want to do a new video or give you guys some options, and you all get to vote on it. Plus, I try to keep everybody up to date as to the next project and what I'm going to be doing. So today you'll need a few things though to carve a pumpkin. Obviously a log. This one's about 8-9 inches across, and I've cut it to about 13-14 inches tall or long. I suggest your earmuffs, dust mask. I've got some compressed air from my air compressor. I've got a line run out here for power. This is the coarse disc from Saburrtooth on an angle grinder. And then I've got two die grinders. We've got the 1/2-inch flame bit and the 5/8 flame bit. Now, or no, 3/4. Sorry, this one's a 3/4. Now, if you only have one die grinder, that's fine. You'll just want to swap these bits in and out. And of course, we've got a chainsaw. Now, the last video I carved pumpkins, Saturday, that video, I used my gas-powered MS-250 with the smaller bar. Today I'm just going to be using my battery-powered MSA-200. Now, you don't need a battery saw to do this. Your gas saw will do just fine, a 170, a 180, or if you got the 250 with the smaller bar. You just don't need a huge saw to do it. You don't even need the dime tip bar for this. Just a regular bar can get the job done. As we get making cuts, you guys want to make sure you're careful not to hit the jaw horse, okay? So if you make a taller pumpkin, it's a little safer because you'll be able to make cuts coming down about halfway, leaving a couple inches between your bar and the jaw horse. And we'll flip it over to do the other side, and you'll be able to finish those cuts at that time. So let's start. I'm going to put on my dust mask, my earmuffs, and we'll start making some cuts. Oh, one other thing you guys will need is a crayon, a Dixon wood crayon. And let's start with this first. I like to put some lines on here, okay? I try to space them out. You know what I do? 5, I've done 6, I've done 7. These lines are going to be those indents in your pumpkin, to give it that waviness. So these are just like reference lines to give you a general idea of where you're going to start making some cuts. Now when we start making cuts, we're going to be making angle cuts. Kind of like that, but not super deep. They're going to be just enough to give this thing a ripple effect to that line, So you'll be cutting a V to the line kind of. But it'll be an exaggerated V, so it'll be way out like this and not super sharp, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Let's throw on some headgear here and start making some cuts. I want to come into this side. Okay guys, we got all our cuts made here, right? Now we need to come in and angle. We need to make some angle cuts, chopping away these sides at an angle so the pumpkin will round underneath itself. So the majority of the bottom is done. At this time I like to put it at an angle in the jaw horse. Make sure you got a good grip on there. Clamp it back down. And I like to make 2 plunge cuts into the bottom to help this drying. Now, the logs I'm using are pretty wet. If you're using a quartered piece of log and things, you may not have to do this, but I'm using a solid log. So with a solid log, as it dries around the middle, shrinking and creating a big crack here where my thumbs are. So with pumpkins, you can either put a cut in top to bottom on one side, or you can go ahead and do a big X. Now that doesn't guarantee it won't crack, but sometimes it helps. Also, good time to note how deep you should go. We're going to need to leave room for a stem, so I'm going to go, 8, 9 inches deep and stop. Now, to save time, because if you guys start making these, you're going to want to save time. Now's a good time to just sand this lower section. I didn't put my initials in it yet because I will actually just use the flame bit and use that to put my initials in the bottom of the pumpkin. But this is where that coarse grit disc from Saburrtooth and my angle grinder comes in. And all we're going to do is clean it up and round our edges and get all that brown crap off between the bark and the wood, okay? Your paint will not stick to that, so get it all off and clean everything up. The bottom section of our pumpkin is all carved and done. Let's flip it over. I like to lift it roughly an inch off the bottom just so it gives me a little more room for the angle grinder. You can do that too when you're carving the bottom. I didn't this time, but it's all right. Now, we're looking here, we got all this space that's still dirty, right? We gotta start thinking about that stem. We gotta make a stem. Normally I don't even draw it out. I just keep going because I don't want to waste too much time on pumpkins because I'm not making a ton of money on them. People love them though. You sell a lot, so you want to be able to just knock them out and make a lot. So the first cuts here I want to make are going to go right across the top, and then we'll make another one that goes this way, and we'll have a square here in the middle. Now I'm going to want to come down about 2 inches to those lines, right? So we'll make these cuts up and down, and then we'll cut in and pop those pieces off, leaving basically a square in the middle. Now I'm going to come on each corner and kind of come down and swoop out just a little. This time you guys should be able to see we've got a pumpkin started, right? We got our stem and we're coming up. So now we need to make those angle cuts in up here to match the ones you've already started. That's what we're going to do next. Now you can match them up by drawing the line. You know, here it is. There, 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 there. And again, you're just going to angle it in like this. Cut it to match. I need to make those angle cuts on the top. Now you want to come in and kind of do some V cuts at the top of these corners. See? So that'll basically be it for your chainsaw work. We just did some angle cuts at the top to really give it a, real rippling effect. You can use the saw and clean up any overcuts you made up here if you want. Now, I forgot when the pumpkin was upside down to do all my grooves with my 3/4 inch bit. That means I gotta flip mine back over. So when I put my initials in, and I had finished sanding with the angle grinder, if I just grabbed the 3/4 inch bit, I'd be done. So all we do with this one is go in the middle of all the cracks and kind of just round them. Smooth them out. So by doing this little step will make your pumpkins look a little more realistic. All right. And you'll take that 3/4 inch bit and do the same up here. You can also round your corners with it and sand up here, or use the angle grinder. you see the work of the 3/4 inch getting in there. I'm going to use the angle grinder and just kind of soften these edges and get this dark stuff off that's in there. Now, you guys could have really square pumpkins and not use any of the bits or the grinders or anything like that, and you'd be just fine. But using all the Saburrtooth bits, the grinders, die grinder, and the saw, you're able to get a more realistic look, and I think you can get a couple more dollars out of your pumpkins. So, you know, you kind of just got to weigh it out. Now, we're not going to get rich off pumpkins unless you can make a ton of them and you're able to sell a lot. So just keep those things in mind. Now, at this point, I'm done with the saw, I'm done with the angle grinder, but I want to make my stem look a little more realistic, and that's where I bring in the 1/2 inch bit from Saburrtooth. Now, this bit, 1/2 inch, the 3/4, and the sanding disc are all coarse grit Saburrtooth discs and bits, okay? They're all the green ones. That's what I use the most on pine and green wood because they don't load up as bad as using like a finer grit. And if I want to sand them smooth, they're not making super deep marks. If you use their coarse grit or heavy coarse and things, you'll get more marks in there. So I mean, depending on the piece, it could add character or it adds more sand time to your product. Just some things to think about. So we're looking at the stem, right? And the stem always has these ripples in it that go up. You know, they're kind of up here, right? You guys kind of seeing the stem? Basically, we use this 1/2 inch to go through and create our own. You guys, we are done carving. That's it. So if you guys noticed, when you do the stem, it's easiest to hold the grinder upside down and pull up, okay? And then I took the die grinder and did a little bit of an undercut, which actually makes the stem look a little more realistic. At this time, I'm going to go outside, hit it with the torch. I'll come back and we'll shoot some paint. I burnt the pumpkins, all right? Not a ton, because the dark burn will show through the orange paint. Hit the bottom real good, just kind of help protect it some. Go over it quick with your brush and you're ready to go. Now I've got an orange and a brown paint here. You can use any colors, obviously. Some people like them white, believe it or not, but I prefer the orange. And this is all I do. Shoot them quick. Right? Stand them up. Well, get all my edges. Right there, the orange is done. You can throw some different colors in too. Soften it up a little bit if you want. Kind of makes for some highlights. Now this is up to you. Use a dark brown, a light brown, or a green. I'm going to go with dark brown. That's it. We are done, guys. there's a pumpkin carved. Hopefully this will help you guys out creating your pumpkins this year. Now, at the time of this video, we are just over 7,000 subscribers. 7,000, that is awesome. I really want to thank all of you that have hit subscribe. So with us being at 7,000, we are so close to 10. I just want to put this out there. When we get to 10,000 subscribers, guys, I'm going to do a really great giveaway for those of you learning to carve. I think I'm just going to commit to it, okay? I'll just commit to it. I want to give away a die grinder with some Saburrtooth bits, okay? That's what I want to give away, and I don't think it'll be a Chicago. I kind of want to give away something good, something you guys can rely on, with possibly 3 different flame bits. The 3 bits I use all the time on just about every carving I do, but we got to get to 10,000. All right, so if you're watching this video, you watch my videos and you haven't hit subscribe yet, be sure to do that. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all, and you'll see all my videos that I post from here on out. Also, you guys can feel free to share the videos, you know, tell your friends, hit subscribe, do that kind of stuff. And when we get 10,000, we actually have to get like a couple over so that it sticks. We will, we'll do a giveaway. We'll figure out what it looks like to enter. I'll go over that in a video, and then we'll do it live just so everyone is on board and up to par. So right now, we're just over 7,000. We got to get to 10 if you guys want to get a die grinder and some bits. So it'll be a pretty big giveaway, I think. I think it'll help a lot of you learning to carve. Well, I think it'll help one of you be able to really step up your game in carving, and I want to be able to do that. So again, I thank you guys for watching. I really hope this video has helped you out and will help you out. And you know what? Get making some pumpkins, guys. Don't waste any more time. Start cranking these things out. It is that time of year. Also, this pumpkin, right? See it? Maybe a foot tall. I'm probably only going to sell this thing for like 30 bucks, guys. 40 tops. I mean, probably 30. I'll probably only sell this thing for like $30, $30, $35, okay? So when you're set up for the day, carve them, get them all blocked out, leave them. Let them sit for like 2-3 days. Work on some other carvings. Come back, sand them all down, finish shaping, and then paint. That way there they have time to air dry, okay? Just wanted to make sure I threw that in there. And yeah, they may grow mold and all that, but don't worry about it. You sand it all down, hit it with the torch, good to go. Yeah, I think that's finally it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it helps you out with your future pumpkin carving. And I will see you guys next time.